Hello everyone, welcome back to another Your World 2 video. This time it is going to be for the core engineer in PvP. I hope you're good. I hope you've been enjoying the Lightbringers podcasts. They've been awesome. Gonna get back to some PvP builds. And this one is a corker. It's a core engineer build. And I've been playing it on my big ass Norn. It's been good fun. It's with grenades. It's with rifle. There are a couple of versions of this, but this is the version I'm going to create today and show you, and then I'm going to have some gameplay, and then I'll probably do another one next week. Now this build is available online on my Patreon first, and then a couple of days later, or even just a day later, it will be on the YouTube as well. So if you want these videos early, check out the Patreon, as well as also End of Dragons is coming out in early 2022. If you want to support the channel as you've done many a time, check out the link below in the description. You'll be able to go straight over to the pre-purchase of End of Dragons as well as the other expansions. You're able to click on that link, support the stream when you purchase the game, as I am an official ArenaNet partner. It would be massively appreciated, and it does support me, especially as I'm going into internship for school. And obviously I am in school to be a mental health counsellor, and I do stream on Twitch and do YouTube as my full-time job to pay the rent and all the things. That's all done. Let's get into the build and let's go have some good old fun times. Okay, so what is this about? Hello players. Hello players everywhere. Got the players everywhere. This is amazing. Yes, Moa is here. Also, it is great calling this week. Lovely awesomeness. Rifle first of all, you've got 2 elixirs, you've got all the other bits and bobs. What we're going to do is we're going to go through this in logical order, because sometimes I do it to the point where that doesn't happen, and then the bits and bobs down the bottom get a bit messed up. So if there is bits in the video where you're like, I want to go to there, you can probably click down on the timeline. So let's go over first of all the Amulet, Rune, Sigils and weapon as well. So we are going to be going for Demolisher's Amulet. This depends massively on what you are versus. If you are versus heavy condition compositions, please change it to Marauders. If you are versus heavy power comps, go with this one. If you are don't care, go Berserker, because that is going to be your biggest bang for your buck. That is the most damage you're going to be able to get amulet wise, and if you don't care about your health. There is a little defense in this build, so be very, very careful. This is for fun, by the way. I am playing this in ranked, but ranked PvP in Guild Wars 2 is its own beast anyway. So if you want to just have fun and see how you can do with this build, go for it. But it is immensely fun. There is also a version of this build with rocket boots as well, and you might be saying, why aren't they there? Because in this one it's not. I'm going to do another one, okay? There's going to be another video. It's going to be fun. Leadership rune. Now you might be thinking, why, Jebro? Why? All stats, that's always good. Boon duration when you get boons. Okay, so you get boons from your elixirs, alright? So you get boons from elixir H. You get protection, you get regen, you get swiftness, you also get might as well. You're already going to get swiftness elsewhere, but you do get vigor elsewhere as well. Elixir U gives you stab, it gives you quickness, it gives you vigor, it also gives you might. Also, it gives you your break stun, which is very good. So loads of boons coming out, okay? Don't forget, you're going to be getting out might a ton from your elixirs as well, and you're going to be able to change those conditions into positive boons, and you get boons from toss elixirs as well. Don't forget all the fun things. So you're going to be extending that boon duration for a little bit here and there. We've got weapon, which is rifle, of course. Don't forget, big change on the rifle that did occur is that if you use rifle 4, no knockback on you anymore. Boom, boom, boom. I love that. If you use rifle 4, no knockback on you anymore. Yes. I'm so good at this. That is a big damage ability right there. Jump shot is like, whoo. You get like 4 or 5k jump shots. Pretty nice AoE as well. Obviously blunderbuss, pretty close. AoE bleed as well. That is, it's not too bad. But getting your next shot off is really, really going to be awesome for just making sure that you can toss Elixir X and get those mowers, as well as getting the grenade barrage as well. So lots of fantastic abilities in your rifle. You may not have used it for a while if you've been playing Scrapper, or if you've been playing Holosmith because you've been playing Sword Shield maybe. So good times. Sigil of Intelligence is really, really good because next 3 attacks after swapping to the weapon while in combat have a 100% critical chance. Lots of damage. So pick which one you're going to go for. Junk shot could be cool, just HP, hip shot. Go for it. Depends on your situation, you know. Sigil of Energy, you're going to gain 25% of your endurance when you swap back to the weapon while in combat. And that's going to be important as we go through the rest of the bits and bobs. What else are we using? Utilities and tool belt abilities. So we're going for Elixir H, which is your heal. Don't forget, you get the boons as well. They help you to survive. Healing isn't massive. It is only about just over a quarter of your health, to be honest. Just under third. Grenades. Don't forget, big damage comes out from Shrapnel Grenade, just the first one. And then also, this is your big blind grenade. Still does damage as well, vulnerability, all the things. Shield, don't forget, takes away their recharge rate as well as the movement speed. You can kite around pretty well with that. And also poison, you want to be taken out when you've got them down a little bit lower and you don't want them to regen. And also for spamming that out for some nice cleave. So make sure the rezzing doesn't occur too quickly because poison does defeat down state rezzing a little bit here and there. It delays it a little bit because obviously you're poisoning. And when you poison, bad things happen. Minus 33% heal effectiveness, as it says right there. And don't forget about that, alright peeps? It's important. You can get poison off in your build when people are in down state or people are low HP. Do it, because it will help you a lot, especially if they don't have any condition removal. It works versus core engineers very well because their condition removal is almost non-existent. So there you go. Which is why we're going for Elixir C. Oh, look at that. Drink Elixir C, converting all conditions into boons. All conditions into boons. That is 13 conditions get changed into boons. You do not want to be using this on less than 4 or 5, probably 4 conditions, I would say. Although to be honest, you can use this on 2 conditions. So you want to use this as your very small condition removal. If you're getting absolutely blasted and you've got nothing to help you and you've got like, 12 stacks of burning or something stupid on you, then you've got nothing else to help you, just use it. If you just use it, if there's no way it's coming out through your traits or anything else, just remove the condition, it's fine. Again, condition removal, not the greatest in this build, but Elixir C does help us a fair amount. So when I say build, I mean core build, like I mean core engineer. Core engineer's biggest issue was condition removal. It was always the biggest problem. It got better as like Photon Forge came out for Holosmith, and obviously for Scrapper as well with the Scourge, with the Purge Gyro. Scourge Gyro. Feels like what Scourge is right now, to be honest. And then you've got Elixir U, which is your stun break. Is also quickness, stability, vigor, and might as well, which comes out through the runes. Don't forget through the traits. So don't forget the toss elixir use also super speed as well as might, vigor as well, because we do have obviously elixir traits up in our trait lines. Sorry, and then we do have Elixir X, which is your awesome tornado or rampage. Both very, very useful. Tornado, if you do get that, don't forget, use it to get. Use it to get people off the point, decap quickly. Also use it in a big situation where you need to res or downstate potentially as well, and people are going for the revive. Get into that. If you're in tornado, just use it, do the thing, then get out of it, because it's rubbish other than that. It's in all honesty, unless you're tanky and they've got no damage, unless your versus like a Scourge or something really tanky and they're not doing anything to you, you can stay in it and keep them off point for a while, get more ticks for you if you want to, but if you're getting pressured, get out of it. Rampage is a little bit better because you've got a little bit more control with things like CC with your throw rock, with your kick, with your third skill, which let's see if we get it right now, but I don't. Yeah, sorry, there you go. With your dash as well, which is really, really good escape ability, to be honest. And then you can use your 5th skill to get away, look behind you, and obviously throw rock as well. And you might be able to get away. It's a really good way to get away from enemies. And don't forget on leadership rune, convert up to 2 conditions into boons for nearby allies when you use your elite skill as well. So it kind of pops in nicely with that. And your cooldown for your elite is going to change because of things. I'm going to tell you why in a moment. But the rest of the abilities that we do have, obviously Toss Elixir H giving you a ton of boons. regen and vigor, etc, etc, because it is a elixir as well. It's going to give you the might and whatnot. Then you got grenade barrage. This is one of your big damage abilities. They nerfed it a bit, not into the ground, but if you can get that net shot off, or you can get mower off and maybe knock them down with overcharge shot, try and get some CC on them before you use grenade barrage to make sure you can hit them. That, or use it in a big massive team fight to get maximum output of damage that you possibly can on your enemies, and it can do a lot of damage indeed. Obviously, elixir, toss the elixir C is going to remove some conditions, but it's going to convert them into boons as well. So that's where your kind of leadership rune comes into play as well, as you increase the boon duration. Toss elixir U, don't forget as well, is going to be breaking stuns on allies and granting them super speed. Ooh, nice. Then you've got toss elixir X for that mower. And don't forget you get the might and the vigor as well. Big control here. You can use that on lich forms, okay? You can use it on lich forms. You can use it on shrouds. You can use it on any transforms there are in the game. It helps a lot, and it's very good versus necros right now as well. Especially those scourges, and it's not being used too much at all. It is fun. Get using it. Get going. All right? It's awesome. Oh god, I have so much fun if I get a scourge. It's just amazing. What else are we going for in this build then? Okay, for alchemy, you may be seeing invigorating speed right now and going, what? Okay, what are you talking about? Okay. Well, first of all, let's start here, because you toss, you drink an elixir B when you're struck below the health threshold of 75%. That's nice. Boons, resolution is in there, which is incoming condition damage decreased by 33%, which is always nice, because obviously we do have the extension with leadership runes as well. So we do get a lot of passive kind of boons in this build by quaffing some elixirs here and there through the traits. Also, invigorating speed, that's, again, all of the boons you're getting are going to be increased time-wise by leadership. Not by much, but it does matter. Over the course of the match, that is a long time. When you gain swiftness, you also gain vigor. You gain vigor through your grenade kit. Used to be speedy kits, it used to be called. It used to be this trait and this trait combined. They separated them. So now you get a, it creates an attack or a spell and grants you swiftness as well. But it is mainly for the swiftness, obviously. So when you get swiftness off that, you gain vigor. Really good. And don't forget, what's the cooldown on that? Let's have a look. Pretty much, you know, as soon as it goes out, you get back 20-second cooldown. Pretty good. The swiftness is 20 seconds anyway, so you can have pretty much permanent swiftness, which is good. Okay, so elixir C, lesser, drink that, you quaff that, you convert conditions into boons. That is at the life threshold. Drink a lesser elixir C when you reach a threshold of conditions affecting you, which is 2. Sorry about that, there's a weird, massive fly in my face right now. Please go away. I don't edit these because I just don't have the time, people. Elixir E, grant barrier and protection. So I gain it. Protection is very good. Minus 33% damage, obviously, onto yourself. Heal yourself when you grant yourself a boon. You're granting yourself boons a lot of the time, especially when you are transferring conditions into boons, which is very nice. Then HGH, elixirs gain reduced recharge and increased durations and grant might. There we go. That's why you see might on all of these things, and it's 3 stacks of might as well, and that happens even on your toolbar skills. Boom. Nice, isn't it? Beautiful. Loads of bones, and also obviously on your elixir X as well. It's good times. Let's go over to tools quick. Using toolbar skills grant vigor, hence why they've all got vigor on them. Everything does. This is going to help you dodge and evade abilities. This is also going to help later on with, guess what? Explosive entrance, which is awesome over on explosive lane. Ta-da! Reduces recharge of your toolkit skills. Now, obviously, that doesn't matter. This is the one we're going for. Reduce the recharge of your elite skill when you dodge. We have a lot of dodging. Dodge. See that? Watch that elite. Watch that elite right there. Look how fast you get your vigor back. You're getting your elite skill back very, very quickly. It doesn't actually tell you what's the recharge. Elite recharge reduced by 1 second. So you get, you know, while you're recharge, you can easily get, you know, 10, 20 seconds off of that, probably. For the amount of dodging you can do with your speedy kits, with your streamline kits here and invigorating speed, and your heal, and your other things coming out, and your 2 burst skills for getting. You can get that elite skill back pretty quickly. It's almost back. It's ridiculous. It's actually very good. Okay, mechanized deployment. Your toolbox skills gain reduced recharge, which is awesome for Moa specifically as well as the big damage which comes out from grenade barrage. Your condition removal, your stun break for allies with super speed, just for boons, everything. It is good. We've already been through streamlined kits, which give you swiftness as well as the extra ability which comes out from your grenade kits as well. And then we go to excessive energy. So strike damage dealt is increased while you have vigor, and you have vigor a lot of the time. How much is increased by? 10%. That's pretty damn good at damage increase. Even more energy and endurance regeneration is increased by 50%. Good lord. Pretty dang good. If you feel like you're getting your energy back a fair amount and you're able to dodge a lot when you need to, you can change this. This is perfectly changeable. Well, you can if you want. I wouldn't actually change it, but if you want to change it for and swap in boots, rocket boots, sorry, you could do that. Go for rocket boots. Go for gadgets here. They're more powerful and have reduced recharge. You could go for that if you want. It removes immobilize, and there's a lot of immobilize at the moment. Rangers specifically, some guardians, and obviously, you know, engineers with rifle. Anyone with an immobilize. At the moment, there is a lot of them, and the big one is ranger. And that is going to help you a lot if you have rocket boots. And that is going to be my anti-ranger build, which I'm going to show you soon. And obviously you've got kinetic charges, kinetic battery, gain kinetic charges when you use a tool belt skill, and a maximum charges gain a burst of speed. Super speed, quickness. Not too bad again. I prefer this though, because I get all the dodges back and all of the awesomeness that comes from explosives because of explosive entrance. Your first attack when entering combat explodes, dealing damage to nearby foes. This ability refreshes after a dodge roll. Yes, so we're dodging. Your first attack when entering combat explodes and you dodge to get this back. We're dodging a lot. You're dodging, you're doing damage, it explodes. Vulnerability as well. It's awesome. It's gonna be fun. You get more grenades. Where is it? Increase the throw velocity and blast radius of grenades using a healing skill. Cast lesser grenade barrage. There you go. Awesome. When you use an age, you kind of have to go with that. Don't forget, for explosions cause vulnerability. An explosive entrance grants barrier as well. So the more you're using this, this is one of the big things about it as well. So you do big damage, but the barrier is the important thing as well. And it grants barrier a hell of a lot, and you gain vitality based on the percentage of my power as well. So we are actually, like, even though I don't have, how much HP do we have right now? See, even in Berserkers, I've got 18,500 HP. You know? With Demolishes, your HP goes down. But the reason is because we've got toughness, obviously, and it's taking away some of the power. So HP is about the same. Your survivability is a bit better with the Demolishes, and the damage is a little bit lower. So it's up to you, really. It depends on how good you are at this build, how good you are at avoiding damage, checking out their animations, knowing what cooldowns are being used, all these kinds of things, you know, it really, really depends. I use Rifle 5 to get out a lot. I don't often use it for damage at times, unless I really want to get in there and throw a more elixir there as well, toss elixir X. It's all interesting. It's all up to you at the end of the day. Shape charge, deal increased damage, strike damage for each stack of vulnerability on your target, 0.5%. So if you got a ton of, you got 12 stacks of vulnerability, that's 6% extra damage. It all adds up, okay? Look, extra 10% damage when you got vigor. That's 6% damage. You got 12 stacks of vulnerability. That's 16%. You really rack up this damage, people. Explosive entrance inflicts blindness when it hits. Additionally, it dazes foes above the health threshold. There is no CD. There is no cooldown on this. You are dodging a lot. You are dodging a hell of a lot. If your enemy is above 90% and they stay above 90% and they're a scourge, they are just permanently getting stunned, which is probably more than likely. If you can dodge, and like, this is why this trait would be really, really good in a really tanky build, like with Scrapper as well, or whatever. To be honest, I still really like this blind. A lot of people do go for other stuff. Big boom, and let's have a look. Deal increased stride damage to foes with a lower health fresh percentage than you. Hitting with an explosion heals you over a few seconds. There's a big heal as well. Could try that. In all honesty, I don't play with it that much. Shrapnel apparently is supposed to be really, really awesome as well at the moment, and the cripple is supposed to be pretty good because of permanently slowing you down as well. 50% left movement speed. That means you're escaping this. Means you can throw more grenades, get them on target. So that's a really, really good option as well. I like this for survivability reasons. The reason I like that is versus lich forms, especially loads of other stuff. So think about it. Let me know how you feel. You can chuck that in as well. Otherwise, I am Jebro, and this has been the Core Engineer Grenade Explosive Line Elixir of Awesome build. I will call it Renixia. No, that's not the one. I'll think of a name and I'll put it on the thumbnail. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Lightbringers Guild Wars 2 podcast with loads of Ender Dragons hype going on right now. Building up to February release. People, go and purchase the Guild Wars 2 expansion, End of Dragons, as well as the other ones. Click the link in the description. It supports me. I greatly appreciate you and your face. Come and check me out on twitch.tv/JebroUnity. I'm playing a lot more Guild Wars 2, as well as other MMORPGs and loads of other stuff. Again, these videos come out early on Patreon. If you want to check them out, you know what to do. $5 on Patreon per month. It's nothing. It's not even a coffee in America for Starbucks. Good Lord. Skip that Monday coffee. I'll see you soon, people. Thanks so much for your support, and I'll see you on the next video.